What's that mask you're wearing?
It's my oxygen mask.
Can I try it?
No, I need it to be able to breathe.
Either you let him try on your mask, or give us that dog of yours.
r/Entitled Parents. Our first story we'll be reading today, entitled Mom Wants My Dog Because I Upset Her Kid, from user Panic Things R2K. After that, My Entitled Parents Saga, Episode 2, from user JACT Printing. After that, My Encounter with a Crazy Karen, from user Congratulations. And then we'll be wrapping up with Entitled Parent Wants a Free Art Commission for Entitled Kid, from user Awkward Author. Thank you so much to our authors for letting us read your stories. And if you're an author who would like me to read your stories next, please submit them to the r/Mr. Reddit subreddit. And if you're new, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications for new stories every single day. Entitled Mom Wants My Dog Because I Upset Her Kid. Hi, Mr. Reddit. So, here's my story. Backstory. This happened last year when I was heavily pregnant with my daughter, and my son was 5. He is in a wheelchair and has been since he was 2. He also has to use an oxygen tank wherever he goes. He had just got out of the hospital at this point for a few days after being in for 3 weeks, and I decided to take him to the park to cheer him up. The cast. We've got me, heavily pregnant whale. This is how I felt. We've got my son. For this, we will call him Jay. We have Doggo, our majestic Staffordshire Terrier Loki, not Doggo's real name. And we've got Entitled Mom, the Karen. We've got Entitled Kid, the Spawn. And we've got RPM, best policeman ever. So off we pop to the park. We decide to go feed the ducks some bread and then go to the doggy part of the park. Enter the Spawn.
Why are you in that chair?
He was talking to Jay. He must be about Jay's age. Jay.
Because I can't walk. Legs suck.
What? Did you not learn? Jay. You're mean. Please don't be mean.
What's this?
The Spawn points to Jay's nasal tube that's connected to the oxygen tank. Jay answered. My lungs suck at being lungs. I smirked as we had watched The Fault in Our Stars, and that was a line from the movie, and was a fitting answer.
Can I try it on?
Jay. No, I need it.
But it'll be so fun.
Me. Excuse me, but he's already said no. I decided just to forget the ducks and walked to the dog park. As we walked, all I heard from behind me was the Spawn shouting,
Your mommy's fat and old.
I was 23. Jay. Don't listen to him, Mummy. You're the prettiest mummy there is. Thanks, Pumpkin. Just before we got to the dog park, a woman I can only describe as Karen was blocking my entrance.
So, you're the little cretin that wouldn't let Spawn use your mask. How dare you? He's much more deserving than you.
Excuse me, but I'll ask you not to speak to my son like that.
You stay out of this, you little hussy.
Loki started barking at Karen. I spotted Spawn reaching for Jay's face. No, stay away from his face. He's already told you can't have it. Ensue loud crying kid.
Look what you've done. My child is upset.
Well, maybe if he knew that personal space is a thing and that no means no, then there wouldn't be a tantrum.
How dare you? You upset my kid. You should give him your dog.
You're ludicrous. Right, I'm not going to give you our dog. Karen didn't wait for my full answer, and she lunged for Loki's lead. She caught it, and I pulled back. At this point, the officer turned up. Officer. Can I help anyone?
Yes, thank God. This little jerk has stole our dog, and won't give her back.
That's not true, officer. I told him everything that had went down and had to clarify Loki's gender. After he had made his checks, he determined I was telling the truth and let me go. I don't know what happened to Karen and Spawn after I left. I got in my car, went home, ordered takeout, sat with my boys, and watched a movie. Next, we've got My Entitled Parents Saga, Episode 2. Hello, Mr. Reddit and Re-Army. The comments and support I've seen on Reddit and YouTube for Episode 1 has been overwhelming. Thank you so much. Here is Episode 2, an update answering questions and comments from Episode 1. Disclaimer. On computer, English and bad language are my only two languages. Spelling and grammar errors are entirely my fault. Episode 1 updates. I've seen all of the questions and comments on my story, so we'll try and answer the best I can. Where was my father during this? He was working over 60 hours, 6 days a week, and the poor guy had been worn down by my mother for years before this became apparent to him. He did, in his own ways, try to make my childhood special and was always good to me. He was the rock I could lean on during the hard times in my childhood. He did and does truly love my mother, but was ready to get out of the marriage years before he did, mainly because of the way she treated him and me, but stayed because he couldn't abandon my brother and mother to a homeless, destitute existence that they would have had without his support. Why didn't my dad help me get my license? The honest truth? I asked him not to, because I knew how hard she would make it on me. The man worked so hard to provide for us that I didn't want to. When did he leave her? He left her and filed for divorce the week before I graduated high school. They did get back together a year later, after she started going to counseling, and he thought she was getting her mental issues under control. Boy, was he wrong. They have lived together and apart off and on for the past 15 years, and finally are permanently separated as of last year. How is my relationship with my dad? My dad and I are close. We talk almost every day, and he comes and sees my kids as often as he can. I love my father, but more than that, we are great friends. He is also good friends with my in-laws. How is my relationship with my mom? I don't talk to, go to see, or have anything to do with her at this time. There was a time, over the past couple years, that she seemed to be better. But then she goes crazy again, and I will not let my kids be subjected to that. What changed that has made my brother no longer the golden child in my mom's eyes? Well, even as psychotic as she is, she finally realized that all of his poor decisions have damaged him beyond repair, and in her eyes, he is not the same person he was. The ironic thing is, even with all that, he is the same person he always was. She just sees him as he really is now. They have nothing to do with each other, and my father really doesn't have anything to do with him either. I've always helped him out, even with all of the drama that's gone on over the years, but even I have given up on him. Why did I keep going back and letting her use me? After being kicked out in 1999, I had nothing to do with my mother until my parents got back together in 2000. At that point, she seemed to be doing better, partially because my brother joined the military as his only option to keep him out of prison. He was kicked out under other than honorable conditions 2 years later. I got married in my parents' back pasture. 3 months later, my parents sold their house, bought an RV, and went out on the road. I did not see them again until 2009, when they moved back to the area, sold their RV, and bought a larger pull-behind RV. They put this in a park near me, but we still didn't see much of each other until 2013. In 2009, I went disabled with major back problems and used my back pay that I got in 2013 to buy a large RV and put it in the same park they were in. $350 a month with all utilities paid was great. We started seeing each other more because we were so close. Things looked good for a while. My parents fostered my brother's 2 children because CPS had taken them from him and his now ex-wife. In 2016, I got off disability and started working full-time as a mortgage loan processor. My mom had some bad days where she acted psycho during this time, but for the most part, I didn't see it. In 2018, I was finally in the position to be able to buy a permanent home for my family. This is when the crazy started in earnest. My mom felt like it was a betrayal that I was abandoning her. She started making my dad's life horrible. She filed for divorce again, and they split in 2018. He now has his own RV and has very little to do with my mom. She is now working part-time, cleaning an office building just to pay her rent and have enough money to buy a few groceries. In the end, she is alone. I do not blame my dad for not standing up for me, as some people think I should. He was trying to survive and knew that my mom would take my brother in a divorce and leave me with him. He could not leave my brother to starve, which surely would have happened. As for him taking both of us kids, like some crazy Karens, she was good about presenting one face to the world and not showing the rot that is underneath that face. Only in the past year and a half has she slipped so far from reality that everyone sees her for what she is. Every month or two, she tries to worm her way back into my life, but I've had enough. I hope this clears up some of the questions people have on my story. My wife, kids, in-laws, and father are all doing good. My dad is finally living his life out from under the craziness. My brother is basically homeless, without family support. He has no job, as he's been fired from basically every job he's had, so cannot find someone to employ him. His record contains other than honorable discharge from the military, burglary of a building, and all kinds of other charges. My mom is alone in her RV, has very few friends, and no family around her, except her crazy sister and her crazy mother. A complete other story, though not an entitled parents one. Thank you so much for reading this long-winded account of psychosis. Next we've got my encounter with a crazy Karen. Been watching your videos on YouTube for a while now, but first time posting. We've got me, and we've got Crazy Lady. So to begin this story, I'll set up the scene for you. I had been working at a pizza place famous for their $5 pizzas for about a year and had recently been promoted to management. Not a hard job, just very busy most days, and I was working a shift where I was the only manager on duty. We are located in a small shopping complex, about 4 stores in a line, a gas station and electronic repair to the left, and a cash advance to the right. It was a typical day. Customers come in, order a pizza, and we try and get it out as fast and as best as we can. It was early on in the day before rush, so not that busy. About 3, an hour or so before we get hit. And I'm in the back preparing for the rush I know we are gonna get when I hear the doorbell chime. So I stop what I'm doing and go to the front and begin typical fast food greeting. Hello, welcome to the pizza place. How may I help you today?
Do you know the man next door?
Remember, we are in a small complex, so yes. Yes.
How close are you to him?
I'm sorry?
How close are you to him?
Well, that's Mark, not real name. We see him all the time.
Well, I saw a cockroach in his bathroom, and I want to know how close you are to him.
Oh, well, I'd say about 20 feet or so. But we have an exterminator come in a few times a month, so we don't have any roaches. I can't speak for him, though.
No! How close are you to him?
Confused at this point, because I don't think there are too many meanings to the word close. Well, like I said, about 20 feet. She interrupts me.
No! I want to know how close you are to him.
I'm sorry. I don't...
All of y'all are idiots. I just want to know how close you are to him.
Like I said, it's about interrupted again.
Let me talk to your manager.
I'm the only manager on duty right now. Giving her the monotone, I'm done with this conversation voice.
No, you're not. Now get me the manager.
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Well then, tell me how close you are to him.
I'm completely done with the entire situation and needing to get back to work. Ma'am, are you going to order something?
Not until you tell me how close you are.
His name is Mark, and we're about 20 feet away.
No! How stupid can you be? I just want to know how close you are.
Now, I'm a nice guy, 6'4", 250 pounds, and often compared to a giant teddy bear, until you get me angry. And she was making me angry, having been insulted twice by this crazy lady.
Now, tell me how close you...
My turn to cut her off. Listen, ma'am, if you have a problem with the cleanliness of the store next door, go ask him. Now, are you going to order something?
As soon as you tell me...
Cut her off again. Sorry I couldn't help you. Have a nice day. Then I proceeded to turn around and head back into the kitchen. She stood there, yelling for a moment more about how close we are. But I just ignored her and continued my work. Rush was coming after all, and she already said she wasn't ordering anything, so technically wasn't a customer. Eventually, about 5 minutes later, she left, and I just shook my head and continued working. Luckily, no other customers had come in to see this, but I did need a smoke break after she left. I went over and asked Mark if she had come over and spoken to him. He said that he didn't even see her, or at least didn't remember her. Karens are crazy. And our final story of the day. Entitled Parent wants a free art commission for entitled kid? Hey there, Mr. Reddit. Today I have an entitled parent story. Some background info. I'm a beginner artist, therefore I do art commissions. I have specific prices for them. Example, if someone wants a full body, background, fully colored and shaded drawing, it's about 30 coins on the website. I stated that I don't negotiate prices since I need the coins for stuff on the website to get access to other things. So it's an ordinary day for me. Get up, get dressed, and get right on my computer. I check my post about the commissions and then messages. I had a message, so I checked it. Here comes entitled Mom.
Hello? Yes, I saw your commission post. I want a full body, full background, fully colored and shaded drawing of human Pinkie Pie from My Little Pony.
Since I do commissions for parents who have kids, I'm used to this. Sure, that'll be 35 coins, and it will take me about a day to make.
I want it free.
What? I said I won't negotiate prices, and I won't do it free. Sorry, ma'am, sir, or whatever you wish to be called.
I said, I want it free.
If you want it free, go to someone else. I need the coins for other stuff.
Fine. Your art was horrible anyway. My daughter will be disappointed now. Thanks a lot, you nasty. I hope you burn in heck, since God would never let you into heaven with that sort of attitude towards an elderly woman.
Wow, geez, sorry. Entitled Mom has left the chat. And then I left the chat, I guess. Basically, Entitled Mom wants free complicated art for her daughter. I refuse. She calls my art horrible and just gets mad. If you read this, I hope you have an excellent day. And congrats to our Regenerals of the day, Anaruyi, Sirolf, Light Pharaoh Lad, and Emily. Become tomorrow's Regenerals by dropping as many Rees as you can in the comments below.